Hi. Okay, this is not a planned video. I've already released a video today, but I really felt that this was very important and something that needed to be addressed just in case you were not aware. As you can see, I was prepping for a different video and I had to move everything around just so that I could get this information out to you, because I just want to be clear. I am not trying to scare you. I am not trying to invoke fear in you. However, my goal is to inspire you to have a backup plan. To have a backup plan, that's it. To be prepared with a plan. That's my goal. However, I do want to make sure that for those of us that this is going to affect, I want to make sure you have a plan B and a plan C in place. I want to make sure that you have options. I want to make sure that you have options outside of a reaction. I don't want reactionary plans. I want plans that were put in place intentionally. I want to know that you are doing everything that you can to make sure that you still have access to a GLP-1 medication. So today is Friday, August 1st. No, August 2nd. Today's Friday, August 2nd. And on Thursday, August 1st, let me read it to you so that we're on the same page. U.S. drug maker Eli Lilly expects its blockbuster weight loss drug to officially come out of the shortage in the United States within the coming days. Bloomberg News reported on Thursday, which was August 1st, citing an interview with the company's CEO, David Ricks. Lilly's drug trizepatide, sold as Mounjaro for diabetes and Zepbound for weight management, will cease to be in shortage very soon, quote unquote, very soon. CEO David Ricks said in an interview with Bloomberg in Paris. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration's website lists some doses of Mounjaro and Zepbound as being in limited supply. Mounjaro has been on the FDA shortage list since late 2022. The health regulator said it has no further comments to provide beyond what is available on its drug shortages list. While Lilly did not immediately respond to requests for comment, the agency generally assesses whether all back orders for the drug have been filled and supply is meeting or exceeding demand before removing a drug from its shortage list. Lilly said in April that it expects supply of Zepbound to remain quote unquote quite tight in the near and midterm as it ramps up capacity. Now, a couple things that you need to know. If you are on a compound of trizepatide, okay, you need to understand that what you are taking right now is likely produced by a 503B compounding pharmacy. A 503B compounding pharmacy in the United States. I can only speak on the United States. I don't know about other countries. I don't know what the rules are. I tried to make it as global as possible in my research, but there was not a lot of information I could find about other countries. So in the United States, if you are on a trizepatide compound, you are likely on a 503B compounding medication from a 503 compounding pharmacy. 503B compounding is legally allowed to be done in the United States so long as that medication is listed on the FDA shortage list. Once that shortage has been resolved and that medication is no longer listed on said shortage list, 503B compounding is no longer allowed, which means it can no longer be made in bulk, which is what most of you guys are experiencing. So for me, I take Mounjaro, which is manufactured and produced by Eli Lilly. Here's the thing. And this is speculation coming from me. This is not fact. This is not proven. I have no idea. I tried to research it, but I could not find any information. However, I believe the reason why the compound of trizepatide is so much more affordable right now is because of the fact that they can create it in bulk. So long as they are able to do so in bulk, the price will remain where it is right now, essentially. However, if a drug is no longer in active shortage, copies can be compounded under Section 503A, compounding pharmacies. 503B is done in bulk, strictly so that people who need access to the medication can gain access because there is a shortage. 503A, on the other hand, is not done in bulk. It is done on a prescription by prescription basis, which to me, that means the price is going to be higher. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But that's purely speculation on my part, because they can no longer bulk compound. Now they have to, instead of being able to make this massive, gigantic batch over and over and over all the live long day, they can only make small amounts of a single vial for one person. The 503, the ruling on 503A compounding is they can continue to be compounded under 503A as long as the compounding is not done regularly or in inordinate amounts. So in other words, they can only do it because the patient has an allergy to something inside of this medication, this brand name medication. And remember, Eli Lilly holds the patent on trizepatide as a medication through June 14th, 2039. 2039. This does mean that other people who want to make generics, like the way that you can buy Tylenol as a brand name and you could buy acetaminophen as the generic, well, legally you can begin to make generic forms of medications once the patent runs out. However, other drug makers can challenge the patent to be allowed to make their own generic version of trizepatide. That date does not open until May 13th, 2026 for trizepatide. Now, at this time, right now, it is only trizepatide that is going to be taken off the shortage list. Novo Nordisk hasn't announced. The FDA has not announced. Wegovy or Ozempic, which is semaglutide, is not being removed from the shortage list yet. And Novo Nordisk owns the patent to semaglutide through December 5th of 2031. But the Ozempic eligibility for, or other pharmacies' eligibility to challenge the patent in order to make generics began December 5th, 2021. Now, we have not seen any generics being created for semaglutide outside of the compounds, and that's strictly due to the shortages. So I don't know how this is going to work for you and your medication. Again, I don't want to invoke fear, but I do want to make sure that you have reliable backup plans. I don't want you to make a reactionary plan. I want you to make a plan so that you still have access to the medication that is helping you with as least amount of stress as possible. Now, is this just, propaganda to scare people? Maybe. I don't know. But I wanted to make sure that I had a backup plan. I've told you guys that I am in fear that my insurance may change next year, and I don't know whether or not Mounjaro will continue to be covered by my insurance. So I was looking at other options, and compounding agencies were another option for me. However, if this is the case, and Mounjaro and Zepbound, which previously back in April on the shareholders call, they had said that they had expected the shortage to go through 2025. They didn't give a month. That's only next year. That is 5 months away now. So hopefully we really and truly are looking at availability now. And they are not just doing this out of spite or what have you. Now, granted, there's a lot of people out there who are really upset with Eli Lilly, and they're really upset over this whole situation. And that's understandable because it affects your pocketbook. And I get that. However, I would look at, if you've been on this medication through a compound for a while, I would look at it as a blessing because you were able to have access for a long time because of the shortage. Had that shortage not happened, you would have never had the option to get a compound. And you did. Some of you for years, 2 years, some of you for just a short amount of time. But this is another reason why I am constantly trying to advocate for you to begin to make the changes that you need to make so that if you are no longer able to get the medication, you can still make the better choices for yourself. You still learned how to control the food noise in another way. You still learned how to control the physical and mental and emotional hunger that you struggle with. You still learned and taught your body new, healthier ways of living. And I hope that those things that you were doing for yourself are incredibly beneficial for you and allow you to really make the moves that you need to make in the event that you no longer have access to compounding medication. There's a lot of people out there saying so long as you have vitamin B12, for example, added into your trizepatide compound, that your medication, your compounding pharmacy will not be affected by this. From all the research that I've done, and this barely came out yesterday, so I've been researching all night. I couldn't even sleep. I went to bed like at 4 a.m. because I was just researching. And it doesn't even have a whole lot of information out there. But what I was able to find is that is not the case. Simply adding a vitamin to it does not mean that they are going to be able to continue to create this compound in bulk. Again, contact your pharmacy. Your pharmacy who is creating the compound for you, it is literally their job to know what the rules are. It is literally their job to know what they can and cannot do once that drug is no longer on the shortage list. They have the best resource that you can possibly ask for by picking up the phone and calling them. And that maybe we just don't know yet. Okay, but at least you are looking at options. So I would highly recommend that you reach out to your pharmacy and ask them what the step is once. I wouldn't ask them for what ifs. I would simply phrase it as, I would like to know what this means for my medication that I receive from you as a compound at this time. What options am I going to have once the trizepatide moves off the shortage list? What does that mean for me? That's what I would ask them. And, hopefully they'll have information for you, and hopefully you'll be able to move forward with a positive answer. And maybe they'll tell you, oh, because we add such and such a vitamin or mineral or blah, 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 we have that loophole that we can continue to compound in bulk. And great. If that's the case, great. And if that's not the case, then I would then hang up, contact my care provider, and let them know of your concern. Let them know that trizepatide is getting ready to come off of the shortage list. What do they recommend that you do? Do they recommend that you, get a refill of maybe 3 months or even 6 months if they have that option? Or do they feel that moving over to a semaglutide would be a better option for you? I don't want you to be reactionary. Instead, I want you to be thoughtful and prepared. I really, truly hope that all of this is for nothing. And, it's still a long ways away, but there's no telling. We don't know. And because we don't know, it is better to be prepared than it is to be reactionary. So I really hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. I just want to give you some digital hugs. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if this is going to affect you. And I am incredibly sorry if this does negatively affect you. I really, truly am. A lot of people are asking, what will that mean? Is it going to put it back on the shortage list when people who are on compounds move over to brand name? It probably will, but that's a bridge that we'll have to cross when we get there. I hope I'm wrong, but I believe that there's going to be a lot of people who will no longer be able, or who will not be able to move over to the name brand out of sheer price. And I hope that is not the case. I hope that any one of you who was affected by this is able to move over, and it is readily available for you at a price that doesn't affect your family in a way that means that you can no longer take it. I really truly hope that is the case for you. In the meantime, continue to take advantage of the medication that you do have, and continue to learn new and healthy habits that will help you in the long run. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.